that were made by the Chief Justice of India, Justice Suryakant, on infiltrators. Let's go across straight to that. The CJI on the Rohingyas matter has said this afternoon that we have a sensitive border in northern India, and we hope you are aware on what is happening inside the country. And so you want a red carpet for them. Speaking about infiltrators, you enter through tunnels, etc., and then you are entitled to food, shelter, right to education for children, etc. Do we want to stretch the law like this? Are not our poor children entitled to benefits? Asking for habeas corpus, etc. for the release of detained immigrants is very fanciful. Supreme Court questioning if there was any basis to show that these persons were refugees. CJI saying if someone is an intruder, do we have an obligation to keep them inside? Very, very strong observations by the Chief Justice of India. SG Tushar Mehta has also said that the petition has been filed by someone who has no standing to do so, referring to a PIL petition that was a public interest litigation that was filed, and a petitioner who did that, saying that the petitioner has nothing to do with Rohingyas and is asking for this. Rhythm is joining me on the phone line. Rhythm, very strong words in the use of language, asking for whether we are obligated to take care of these infiltrators. What do you make of the tone of, the Chief Justice of India? Rhythm.
I think it's the dawn of the new Chief Justice of India, Chief Justice of India, Justice Suryakant, not mincing his words in this bench on Tuesday when he's saying that the government of India has declared, in this case, when he's talking about Rohingyas. It's not about what the case is on, but what the Chief Justice at this juncture has said. He said, where is the order of the government of India declaring them as refugees? Refugee is a well-defined legal term. There is a prescribed authority by the government to declare them. If there is no legal status of a refugee, somebody is an intruder and he enters illegally. Do we in India have an obligation to keep that fellow here? There were several things that were said by the council to which the government, she tried to reply in the court, but the Supreme Court was very clear and not mincing words. They said, we're not going to give the red carpet to them. If they do not have legal status, the Chief Justice said, to stay in India and they're an intruder, we have a very sensitive border in North India. If they come in, do we give them a red carpet, welcoming them, saying we will give them all the facilities? He then asked, what is the problem in sending them back? And then he observed, and I think these are marvelous words, setting the tone correct for the Rohingyas, and in this case, where he says, first you enter, you cross the border illegally, you dug a tunnel across the fence and entered India illegally. Then you say, now I've entered, your laws must apply to me. I'm entitled to food, I'm entitled to shelter, my children are entitled to education. Do we want to stretch the law like this? I think it's fantastic the way the Chief Justice observed in India, in a country with a lot of poor people, we should first focus on them. We have poor people in the country, he said. There are citizens. They are not entitled to certain benefits till now. Why not concentrate instead on them? And then the Solicitor General of India also said that these people keep coming forward in these petitions, but they don't even have the locus, which is there is no reason as to who has filed this petition. The bench has therefore questioned the claims in another petition also in May earlier, remember Niranjan, that Rohingyas were picked up, forcefully thrown into the sea by the Indian authorities, that petition had said. And that time also the Supreme Court had said India was not a dharamshala to accept refugees from all over the world. So I think the new Chief Justice of India sets the tone right. India is not going to be seen as a dharamshala for these refugees.
Yeah. Rhythm, in the context of the ongoing SIR, I wanted to ask you a question. There is an ongoing debate on SIR and the attempt made to, stall parliament proceedings on SIR. And what the SIR is doing is essentially weed out not just irrelevant voters or voters that don't exist, but it is also an instrument to crack down on infiltrators. And we know that infiltrators have been a big vote bank for many political parties. Now, obviously, some people are getting touchy. I think a Trinamool Congress leader and a parliamentarian has also questioned the CJI to attack the judiciary on this. So do you think both are linked, the response of the opposition to something like this? Do you think that there is a political angle to this on why they're edgy?
Most definitely a political angle, as this case is being questioned in the parliament, Niranjan. At the same time, we are seeing Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, senior advocate, make arguments in the SIR case in the top court of the country that are continuing even as I'm speaking. He's been speaking since the last 1 hour on SIR. He's been speaking on it in great detail about what needs to happen and the Constitution and how it requires Article 14, 21, sub-classifications in the Election Commission of India does not have the power to conduct these SIR surveys, etc. So a lot of things are happening right now. The hearing that has resumed in the courtroom at 2:15 is continuously talking about this. In fact, there were also leaders who said that there are planned attacks in West Bengal happening. Election Commission has to ask the police to look into it. A lot of cases right now that the Chief Justice is looking at what's happening in the Election Commission of India SIR case as I'm speaking, as well as, like you said, the illegal immigration case, the Rohingya case. They are not linked completely, but it's similar. Both the issues are quite similar, so as to say, Niranjan, because the SIR case, it might not be really understood as to what's happening, but the way it's being challenged by every political party in the country. One party speaks about it, then another party files it. And every day we are seeing affidavit after affidavit filed by political parties. Yesterday, in fact, the Election Commission of India also defended itself yet again, and they called the allegations politically motivated in this affidavit they submitted to the Supreme Court. They said it's highly exaggerated, everything that is being said by these political parties. So the Election Commission of India is trying to defend itself. But the biggest question that we've been looking at here right now is not only whether this Election Commission, the survey, the SIR issue needs to be sorted out, but when it comes to our democracy, illegal immigrants need to be removed from India, which is a process that needs to happen. And also the SIR needs to become a reality.
Yeah, stay with me. I have a comment coming in. In fact, I'd like to go across and get that breaking rhythm, and I'll come to you because I wanted your analysis on what has just been said. A comment that has been made by the Trinamool Congress, which is not just